Hello, my name is Steve Baker, and today I want to do a quick overview of the parking lot module for the VeCap CRM software. The parking lot module provides an efficient and capable way of managing all the inventory at your dealership. This can be a single or multi-site location dealership through one interface, and this can also be used for your sales, but this software is mainly geared towards your service department at your dealership. Real-time access of the location of any vehicle on your lot is what you're looking for. So by using the VeCap Parking Lot Module, you'll be able to track any vehicle oncoming to your dealership, the actual movement around through the different departments and services, and then also when the vehicle actually leaves your dealership. And once again, this is for not only tracking the vehicle, but it's also tracking the personnel that handles that vehicle. And it's a good way to provide accountability when moving vehicles around on your lot. The parking lot module provides automatic communication with porters. Inside the VeCap software, we define the employees that move your vehicles as porters. And when a move request has been made, the porter will actually receive an SMS text message, an email, or even both to communicate with that porter that someone, for example, like your service advisor or a technician, has actually made a request for a vehicle to be moved. Porters have the ability to acknowledge that request to let that individual employee that made the request know that it's been received, and also acknowledging to the originating employee that the actual move has been completed. And once again, when the porters move the vehicle to the requested location and complete the request, the vehicle entry for the request that is sitting in the console will also update on the console. We'll show you that here shortly as well. So the first thing that comes with the VeCap software is the dashboard. The dashboard is a single place that you can put up in your service area for where your customers come in, and it gives you a snapshot of what the current status is of vehicles being moved. And we refer to this as the dashboard. The dashboard provides historical data on the service vehicles that are on site, total dealership parking space available, total moves that you've had today, previous day, the vehicles on site, etc. You'll see here. And also gives you a total parking space percentage that are in use. And that also includes anything that's considered a parking space, a service bay, a paint shop bay. And you'll see that here inside the demonstration. So let's go ahead and switch over to the dashboard, and we'll get a better look at how the dashboard provides that information for you when you're trying to manage your inventory on site at your dealership. Okay, let's go ahead and do a quick overview of the dashboard. The dashboard will give you great information on everything from occupancy rates, where the actual status of a request move. You can even go from the dashboard individual lots and look at the spaces and what's available, what's in use. So right now, if you look under the pending moves, we have nothing showing up as being a request. So I'm going to play as I'm a service advisor. I'm going to grab somebody's vehicle. Let's say we grab Elon Musk. He's using a gasoline vehicle. Oh, heaven forbid. We'll make a move request, and I want to move him to East 1. I make the request. Now that vehicle shows up in the pending moves. So any pending move that you have, you'll actually get the amount of time since the request has been made and what the status of it is, and the current location where that vehicle is and where it's going. Now, if you look down in the parking lot areas and the service bay areas, we actually get the percentage of occupancy in each one of those locations. So right now in East 1, we see 5% of it's been occupied. Let's go ahead and click on there and see what vehicles are in there. So you can use that. Right now, the only person that's being asked to be moved in that area is Elon Musk. But the porter, the person who's actually going to move the vehicle, hasn't completed that move. So that parking slot becomes reserved. It'll change to the customer's name once that actual move has been completed. So let's go over here and let's refresh. I'm going to act like the porter, and I'm on my mobile device, as the porter's probably running around on forklifts or some kind of device, to be moving vehicles all day. And I'm going to go and actually acknowledge that move as a porter. Once that acknowledgement has been selected, the service advisor who made that request will receive an email, a text, or both, however you want to configure the system. And then after that, porter to obviously to let you know that they've received the request. And then when the vehicle has been moved, the porter will actually complete it and verify that it's been moved to the actual address that it's been requested. Let's go ahead and refresh the screen. And one of the good things about the system, you can set the refresh rate if you have this up on a console or something like that. So now we see there's no pending moves. Once again, in the east area, we still have the same percentage because there's no other vehicles have been requested. But let's go look there. And now you can see that it's been the customer name has actually been updated with Elon Musk, and his vehicle's now in there. So there's a lot of great information you can get out of the dashboard. And once again, it doesn't matter if it's a parking lot or a service bay, you're going to get a quick snapshot of what the occupancy rate is in each one of those areas. If we would have waited a while, also the timer would increase on that individual customer, so you can actually see how long it's take to move that vehicle. And this is good for customer response times, especially when they're coming to pick up their vehicle and they're ready to get off the dealership, with the repairs or anything they've had to bring your vehicle to you. So that's a pretty quick snapshot of the dashboard. And across the top, once again, you get some statistical information. Once again, how many vehicles are on site right now for service, what's the overall parking occupancy rate, how many moves you did yesterday, how many moves you've done today, and how many are waiting. So real good historical data that you can actually look at and crunch some numbers to see how the productivity of your service department is doing as it is involving parking lot management and the moving of each individual vehicle. Let's go ahead and return back to the demonstration. Okay, we're back from the demonstration of the dashboard. Now let's talk about creating parking lots and areas and parking lot spaces. So once again, in your dealership, you can customize your unique individual area inside the VeCap PLM module. And the good thing about it is you have full customization for your dealership. You can create as many lots, spaces, service bays, shop bays, wash bays, paint shop bays, etc. for every physical dealership location you have. And inside once you create those, we just call them spaces, no matter if they're parking lots or service-based spaces, you'll be able to view down to that individual space to see what each, who's there, what type of vehicle's there. So you have full visibility there. And you also, you have the ability to create unique names, and we encourage that for easy identification. So let's say like you have 3 wash bays, you want to call it Wash Bay 1, Wash Bay 2, or Wash Bay South, Wash Bay North. Do that unique names for each individual space, so you really have granular control and easy identification of what you're talking about. And creating the spaces are so simple, and we're going to go into a demonstration here. So let's go ahead and move over and we'll show you how to do that. Okay, let's go ahead and create a parking lot and a service bay and show you how simple it is inside the VeCap software. So once again, at the dashboard gives you a quick synopsis of what the actual occupancy is for either the parking lots or the service bays. And you can see right now we have 3 service bays and we have 6 parking lots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's go ahead and create a new service bay. Show you how simple it is. It'd be the same thing to create a parking lot. And when you click on the lots and bay interface, you'll see all the listing of the lots and the service bays, the amount of parking spaces that were assigned, how many that are vacant, and the percentage of occupancy for that individual area. So we're going to say, let's add a lot. Once again, I'm going to call this bumper. And bumpers where all the customer bring their vehicles to that area to get bumper service on damage done to their vehicles. And we're going to say we're going to have 3 spaces, and I'm going to make that a service bay. So once I create that, we'll go back to the dashboard, and you'll see now, instead of having 3 service bays, we have 4. And right now there's nobody in the bumper because obviously it's just created. So let's click on that. And you have to define the name of each one of these spaces so that space can be managed through the software. If you do not create this, when you make a move request, they will not show up. So I'm just going to call it bump 1, bump 2, and bump 3. I'm going to update it. Now those spaces are available for a vehicle to be moved to. So let's go up here to Vehicles, click on Vehicles. Oh, look at Bill Gates. He has his vehicle in there right now. I'm going to go ahead and go to his vehicle, and I'm going to say, Mr. Gates showed up. He has a ding on his bumper. We want to move that vehicle now into the bumper area. And if you see, we have 3 new slots or spaces that are available. I'm going to say, let's move him to bump 2. Request the move. Now when we come back to the dashboard, we'll see that his request is there. And before the porter moves that vehicle, if we go back into that individual area where we want to look at that new location, instead of the customer name shows up, it says reserved. So before even that porter acknowledges it and moves that vehicle, that space is now reserved. No one else can use it. So let me go back. I'm on another device. I'll act like the porter. I'll come back in there and I'll say, okay, let's move that vehicle. I got to first acknowledge that. Once that acknowledgement is sent to the service advisor, they know that I've received that. I've taken the vehicle now and I've moved it to that area. I'll hit complete. Once that complete takes place, if I go back to the dashboard, we now see that Bill Gates is not listed as a customer. If I go down to that individual service bay area, I can look at bumper, and 33% of it is occupied. If I click on that space, now I see the customer's name is in that area. So that's how simple it is to actually move a vehicle, create lots, create bays, manage it, and even identify what customers wear and what spaces are taking place. So as you can see right there, the VIN, I can actually see the hat tag, and all that transaction of that move is also documented, how long it took, who made the move, so if there's any damage, things like that, you'll have that information. So let's go back now into the demonstration, but that's how simple it is to create lots, create bays, and manage those individual spaces. Okay, and that's been a quick overview of the VeCap Parking Lot Module inside the VeCap CRM system. We appreciate you watching. If you have any questions or comments, please reach out to us. Once again, my name is Steve Baker. I appreciate your time. Have a great day and look forward to talking to you.